Welcome to Desh Bangla Live with Tania Amir. Tonight we have with us Lord Remy Ranger, member of the House of Lords. May I welcome you, Lord Ranger.
Thank you very much indeed. It's a pleasure for me to be on your show. Uh, as you know, Bangladesh is going through a very interesting period, and we are all keen to know which way Bangladesh will be heading. So I have been a friend of Bangladesh because my brothers fought in the 1971 war. They were in the Indian Army. They also trained Mukti Bahini. So we are very keen that Bangladesh remain a stable, progressive, and prosperous economy. So I will start, with your permission, to give you the background of what happened. As you know, there was a genocide taking place in Bangladesh. People were being killed because it was East Pakistan and West Pakistan. Although the East Pakistan leader, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, won the election, but he was denied the election, and the resentment was already in East Bangladesh, Pakistan, because of the language. West Pakistan wanted to impose Urdu on them, and they were not very happy. Plus, they were not given the equality they were promised. And unfortunately, then there was some civil unrest, and then there was a crackdown by the Pakistani army heavy-handedly. Lots of people were killed. A lot of people became refugee. Nearly 10 million people ended up in India as a refugee. It is unfortunately at that time no superpower took any interest in Bangladesh because they happened to be allies of Pakistan. America, China, United Kingdom, they were all on the side of Pakistan because they were their ally. They did not say anything. When India tried to interfere or to help the people of Bangladesh, India was threatened by the superpower that they will attack India if India was to help the people who were suffering in the hand of Pakistani army. So they sent Seventh Fleet to attack India, but luckily Russia came to the rescue of India and they backed down. So that just shows how lucky Bangladesh is to be a nation of Bengali people. It is a miracle that the country got independence with so much bloodshed, so much suffering, so much sacrifices of people. And today, Bangladesh is a progressive country. Economy is doing so well, peaceful, and everything. But unfortunately, what has happened recently with the deep state, where superpowers destabilize countries for their own interest. They do not want any country to progress unless, of course, they have a control. So, as you know, what happened in Pakistan, the deep state toppled the government of Imran Khan. They also created upheaval in Nepal, in Sri Lanka, and now Bangladesh. They toppled the country, and they brought their own man, Mr. Yunus, to run the country. But anyway, we now have to see whether this gentleman can live up to the ideal of those people who created the country Bangladesh. As I said, it's a miracle because when everybody was against Bangladesh, there's only one power. India was for Bangladesh, and India was not as successful country as it is today, because today India is the number four economy. Indian defense forces are very strong. Pakistan was given the latest state-of-the-art equipment by American. They had the supersonic plane, they had the patent tank, they had the gun, they had the surveillance equipment, early warning and all that. But still, the people of India stood for the people of Bangladesh and liberated them from the cruelty and the oppression of Pakistan. So therefore, today it's a very uh, sound country, but I'm also very concerned that the superpowers are once again are trying to dictate who will run a country. Whenever a superpower will interfere in any country, they have their own agenda and their own interest. There is no such thing as the friendship of superpower. They have better things to do, but they do have strategic interest because Bangladesh happened to be very strategically located country, very close to India, Burma, China, and all those people. So therefore, it is very, very important that the Bangladesh remains a secular and democratic country where equality for all is enshrined for everyone, including women. And I want to tell you one very interesting story, how important it is, women empowerment. I'm a single parent child because my father was killed during partition of India, and he was against partition. He said, if you create country on the basis of hatred, how will you remove it? So religious hatred can destroy a country. You can see in 1947, two countries were created. One to promote people based on their religion, and the other country was created to promote people regardless of their religion. So you can see which way one country has gone and which way the other country is heading. So therefore, religion has to be a private matter. You cannot control people with the help of religion. And if you put people in religious straitjacket, then the only person who will be ruling you are the religious scholars spreading hatred. So therefore, it's very important that we have a rule of law and we give equality to all, or have a infighting based on religion. As you just saw this week, only Shia mosque was blown up in Islamabad. 50 people, innocent people who had gone to pray, were killed in the name of religion. Even Ahmadiyya mosques are blown up in Pakistan. There are temple attack, gurudwaras attack. So religion must never be connected to politics. Politics should be an independent to religion because religion is for our spiritual uplift. So we cannot run a country by being spiritual. We also have to be pragmatic businessmen, industrialists. We have to progress in science, technology, medical, all sorts of things we have to progress. And if we don't, then the religion alone will not help us. You cannot become a fighter pilot or a ship captain just by praying. You have to study, you have to work hard, you have to understand the mechanics of what you want to do. So, therefore, I am hoping and praying that the Jamaat has come to fight the election. Awami League has been banned. So, what kind of government we will have? If it's a Jamaat, they will only spread religion, 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 and nothing else. And therefore, it's very important that we learn from the history of Pakistan. We also learn the history of other countries. If you want to be Afghanistan, then you follow the ideology of Afghanistan and treat women so appallingly, and then you turn asset into liability. So women are the architect of future generations. What they do not know themselves, they cannot impart into their children. So therefore, it's very important. And I was going to tell you a history of India, where Mughal ruled over 600 years. They never empowered women. They never invested in education. All they did was conversion of religious conversion. They destroyed temples, they destroyed libraries, and what happened in the end? So therefore, the
Just,
community cannot progress
yes,
unless,
just
of course,
coming back to the present scenario, you started by saying that the powers that were defeated in 1971, namely Pakistan, the deep state, and Jamaat Islam, which committed atrocities, war crimes, and had their hands in genocide. Have they aligned again? So the defeated force in 1971, are they now together again? Are we seeing same sort of an initiation? Because it's interesting what you mentioned. They now have an initiative for a reform of the constitution. They have something what they call the July Charter. And that's exactly the word democracy, secularism, and Bengali nationalism based on which Bangladesh was founded. These are the elements, these words they want to take out of the constitution. So the defeated force wanted to have a Muslim majority country based on religion, and Pakistan, of course, was glued together on the basis of religion. Yet Bangladesh was created in the premise of, as you said, the language, Bengali syncretic culture, which allows for all people, irrespective of the religious persuasion, to cohabit equally and peacefully. So it seems, according to what you have said, that all the defeated forces, are they trying to undo what Bangladesh is all about?
Well, first thing first, when you get a power, then you will change things to suit you. The constitution will change as the suit the victor. And number two, you have to understand if religion had the power, then Bangladesh would still be part of Pakistan. You cannot run country just purely on the basis of religion. There has to be interest, economic interest, cultural interest. Many things bind you together. Look at the Indian democracy. There are so many religion, so many nationalities, so many cultures, so many different kind of people living together for centuries. Because what unite them is the economic power and their future progress. Yeah, it is not just religion is uniting India, even though there are more strands of Islamic faith in India than any other country. They are all welcome. Ahmadiyas are welcome. Shias are welcome. Ismailis are welcome. There is no persecution, or the constitution grants equality to all, regardless of race, religion, or gender. Gender is very important because women are very, very important. They play a very important role. Otherwise, you'll end up with one income, six children, as compared to other people with two income or two children. So you want quantity or quality. It's entirely up to women. If you empower women, you'll have children of quality or quantity. So therefore, I pray and I hope that the people of Bangladesh will decide their destiny looking at the country, what role model country. Do they want to be like Japan? Do they want to be like Afghanistan? Do you want to be Pakistan? Do you want to be like India? You have a choice to take a direction, which way you want to go. So therefore, I plead to all the important Bengali people that take your destiny in your hand. The superpower will never ever do things which suit them. You know what they done in Iraq, what they done in Libya, what they done in uh, uh, so many countries. They destabilize it only for their own interest, not for the interest of people. What have they brought to people of Iran? Well, sorry, Iraq. Yes, death and destruction. So therefore, Bangladeshi people have a choice whether they want to follow a country, secular democracy like United Kingdom or USA or Canada or Europe, or they go for the Islamic model where there'll be just too much emphasis or focus on religion, less on science, less on technology, less on medicine, less on mathematics, less on architect, less on all sorts of things. It'll be focused on religion, and unfortunately, religion cannot help us improve our lifestyle or to have a good job, good business, good everything. What religion can do is make us a decent human being.
Yes. So the superpowers, they always emphasis on rule of law, democracy, empowerment of women. In the case of Bangladesh, how do they justify being on the wrong side, as they were in
Well,
71 and even now? The
well,
Washington Post article where there was a conversation with the US Embassy officials in Dhaka was leaked and published, showing that their allegiance is more in favor of Jamaat-e-Islam, which does not believe in democracy or secular government. They want to rule through the divine power, and certainly
well,
does not
when
believe in women's empowerment or women's leadership.
look what happened in Afghanistan. They left these people to the mercy of Taliban. I mean, for 20 years, the women were free, and then they just left. There were no need for them to leave because country was already being run properly. They were all things were going fine. But what did they bring to Iraq? There was so much. The dictator Saddam Hussein was the ally of the superpower, but when he turned against them, they attacked him. In the past, they kept supplying him arms to fight Iran, so they did everything. But then there was no uh, problem. If you are their friends, they turn the blind eye. You can imagine now, uh, India and Pakistan. One is a secular democratic country, one is a religious country. Which way the superpowers are now heading? They're not heading for the big countries which share their values. They're heading for the country which will do what they tell them to do.
Yes, the axis, the Kissinger-Nixon axis was present in 1971. Dr. Yunus is also known to have contributed hugely in the Hillary Clinton foundation and for her elections. And he was propped up by the Biden administration. With the change in the US administration, one would have expected perhaps the new regime, the new administration, would not be following what the previous administration was espousing. Um, is there any scope or opportunity, do you think, to plead with the present government of the US that this is the wrong path?
They are not going to take right or wrong path. They're only going to take a path which suits America. So therefore, it is a wishful thinking to expect other people to do what you wish to do. You have to do it yourself. So therefore, rule number one, you do not bring superpower into your country. When they come, they will not leave you peaceful because they have their own agenda. So they will use that agenda. So you will have a parallel government, and the government which follow their line will be left to run. But anyone, look at Imran Khan. All he said was that he does not want superpower to interfere in the country. And the next thing you know, he has been removed. So that is the superpower strategy. They only want stooges, those who listen to them, those who do what they tell them to do. So I will ask the people of Bangladesh to learn from others' experience and do not try to go through your own hardship once again. You have suffered enough, and you are a very fortunate people that you now have destiny in your hand uh, because what you have suffered in 71 war, there are a lot of people still marked and scarred by the tragedy of their family, their children, their loved one in the hand of, you know, people who wanted to control you, suppress you, oppress you. So now you're free. Please look up to the those dreams of those people who did everything to make Bangladesh free. So, including the people of India, you owe a great deal to the people of India. Without India, you wouldn't be around. You wouldn't exist. So, therefore, it will be tragedy if you line up with China or line up with other hostile country to undermine the interest of India, because India is a very big country. Pakistan tried for the last 77 years, and look, it has gone bankrupt. It has economies in tatter. So you do not take on the might of a big country like India with the help of a foreign power, and then they will control you for the rest of your life because you have been fighting because of the support you got from those powers. So there is a proverb: "He who rides a tiger can never dismount." So once you take a ride on a lion, then if you get down, the lion will eat you. Similarly, if you become a friend with superpower, the minute you try to leave them, they will destabilize your country as they did recently. They can buy people, they have the money. They can buy students, they can buy workers, they can do anything. Money talks. We are a poor country. People are always ready to be bought. So therefore, lesson should be learned, and it is better to have less but be free. I'm afraid I keep bringing Pakistan because Pakistan is not independent at all. even though they got independent in 1977, just like India, no, sorry, 47, as India did, but they remain under the control of superpower. They use them against Taliban, they use them against this, Russia against this, the war on terror, war on this. Why a country, small country, Pakistan, wants to be friendly with someone who has enormous resources and Pakistan has very little. So you have to see your own size and strength before you become a friend with some very powerful man. So you will never be equal friend with them. So I think the common sense tells you that you remain independent, full stop. You do not want to have fight with anybody. You do not want to have bad relationship with anybody. You want to have good relationship with neighbors because neighbors are there 24/7 around you. Bangladesh is surrounded by India on three fronts. So therefore, to have uh, strained relationship with a very big country which is growing record 8% per annum economy, soon to become number three economy. So why you can Pakistan can achieve a great deal by having friendship with India. First, it will reduce its arm expenses. There's no need to have such a huge white elephant army which has never won any war. And secondly, the trade and tourism generate wealth and employment both sides. And Pakistan has a very unique position because Hindus and Sikhs used to live in Pakistan. There are historical uh, places of worship in Pakistan. The people want to visit them, and there's so much Pakistan can take. The trade to Afghanistan can go through Pakistan, and same is with Bangladesh. The trade to Myanmar can also go through Bangladesh. Why fight? Nobody wins when there's a conflict. Nobody's winner. In conflict, we are all losers because everybody loses big time. But luckily, the size of India is there, and also India has got a lot of friendship now. Free trade agreement with Europe, free trade agreement with United Kingdom, free trade agreement with Canada, Japan, Connecticut, New Zealand, Australia, you name it. So India is in a different level where the trade is the way forward, and that's why the Bangladesh can really, really take advantage of the trade by joining hand with India and having a you know product made in India and then shipping them to Europe and duty free. So it's just around the corner. I mean, factory you can just put 1 mile this side factory, Bangladeshi people can put and then take advantage of all the free trade of country India has. So a logic and common sense. A fanatics becoming fanatic, religious fanatic, is not the future of Bangladesh. Bengali civilization, Bengali people are very intellectual. You know how much rich culture they have. So therefore, they should not waste it just because some superpower want to control you.
Yes, of course, the independence of Bangladesh, the glory of Muktijutto and our first government, there is a tendency to talk about it as an Indo-Pak war. And that needs to be avoided because the Indo-Pak war, Pakistan attacked India from the Western Front towards the very fag end. But prior to that, this was our war. And when this unjust and treacherous genocide and war was imposed upon the unarmed civilian people of Bangladesh, there was the guerrilla fighting, and we had a very effective government which negotiated with Mrs. Indira Gandhi at the time. And one thing was made abundantly clear, that this is the war of the people of Bangladesh. We are fighting in self-defense, and it should not be regarded as or hijacked as an Indo-Pak war. It should remain the war of Bangladesh, and the credit, the lion's share of it, remains with the Bangladeshis. And of course, we had the joint operations, and very grateful to the martyrs of both countries, both families like yourselves and many others who have sacrificed, along with the people of Bangladesh, and we fought hand in hand. And I echo the words you have said, that modern nation states are based on culture and language, not just in subcontinent but in Europe itself. Had it been based on religion, then Europe would be one country, wouldn't it? And of course, Rome, the Vatican wanted to be more sovereign than the rest of the European countries or kingdoms at the time. However, we need to take a break now, so please do remain with us. The viewers will be back soon after the break. Thank you.
पहले मैं ऐसी दिखती थी 3 साल पहले। अब इस बीमारी के बाद से एकदम मैं ऐसी हो गई हूँ। पहले मेरी बच्ची बहुत सुंदर और हंसमुख थी।
वक्त उसकी खूबसूरती को मिटा गया। दीपा की दोनों किडनियां खराब हो गईं।
डायलिसिस पे मेरी तबीयत हर बार बिगड़ती है, पानी भी नहीं पी पाती हूँ। डॉक्टर ने कहा है कि आप जल्द से जल्द ट्रांसप्लांट करा लीजिए, वरना आपके साथ कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है आगे, शायद आप ट्रांसप्लांट के भी लायक ना रहें।
किडनी की बीमारी का असर धीरे धीरे लीवर पर भी होने लगा।
10 लाख रुपए बताए हैं। एक ही दुकान है छोटी सी किराए की, जिस पे प्रसाद बेचते हैं। जो कमाई होती है उससे घर चलता है मुश्किल से। काफ़ी कर्जा भी कर लिया है। मैं अपनी किडनी दूंगी अपनी बच्ची को।
मैं चाहती हूँ आप लोग मेरी मदद करें, और ताकि मेरे को एक नया जीवन मिले, मैं अच्छी लाइफ जी सकूँ। हम उदयपुर गए और उन्होंने हमारी गंगाराम में ट्रांसप्लांट के लिए जो पैसे दिए उससे हमारी हेल्प हुई।
किडनी देने के लिए डॉक्टर ने बोला, मेरे मन में जरा भी कुछ नहीं आया। बच्चे को जीवन मिल रहा है माँ से, तो कोई बुरी बात नहीं है।
अब मुझे अपनी लाइफ में मौका मिला है कि मैं जो भी मैंने स्टडी की है उसका मैं फ़ायदा उठा सकूं। अब मैं जॉब भी कर सकती हूं और अपने लिए कुछ काम भी कर सकती हूं।
दीपा की गुम होती खुशियाँ वापस लौट आईं।
मेरी बच्ची को नया जीवन मिल गया है और उससे मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, और अब हम माँ बेटी बिल्कुल ठीक हैं।
नहीं तो हम तो उम्मीद खो ही चुके थे हर तरह से। काफ़ी हर तरह से मतलब केयरिंग के बाद अब दीपा हमारे साथ है।
जिन लोगों ने भी मेरी हेल्प की है उन लोगों को भी मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कहना चाहती हूँ, और कि उन्होंने मेरी लाइफ को मतलब बचाया, मुझे ज़िंदगी जीने का दोबारा मौका दिया।
हमारा नाम अंजनेल है। हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट महबूब नगर, तेलंगाना। हमारा ये पूरा ये तकलीफ हो गया। इधर कट करते बोल रहा है हैदराबाद से, इधर कट करते कि हमारा काम करने के कैसे आएगा सब।
उदयपुर आते ही ऐसा लगा मानो कोई अपना मिल गया हो। गरीब बीमारी कष्टग्रस्त आंजनेय का हुआ जटिल सफल ऑपरेशन।
हमारा ये बीमार है, हमारा को इतना मोटा पैर है सर, इतना बीमार रहते वो निकल गया। उधर आते वो नारायण सेवा संस्था मुंबई के भेज देते, उधर ऑपरेशन कर दिया। हमारा 4 लाख रुपए खर्च होगा। वो नारायण सेवा संस्था 4 लाख रुपए खर्च दिया था। अब 25 किलो वजन है, वो पूरा निकल गया। अब के इप्पुडु पूरा बीमार पूरा खत्म हो गया सर।
हस्बैंड पैर अंजनेलू, इतना पैर मोटा है। मुंबई से ऑपरेशन कर दिया।
हमारा काम करने के चलने के अच्छा आएगा। अगर खोदने के दिक्कत नहीं है, हमारे चलने के अच्छा है।
मेरे बच्ची के बचपन से समस्या है कि ये सुन नहीं पाती है। तो 5 साल पहले इसका ऑपरेशन हुआ था, कोक्लियर इम्प्लांट नाम का। तो इसका बाहर का मशीन है जो ख़राब हो चुका है। अभी डॉक्टर कहते हैं कि आपको खुद लेना पड़ेगा, जो कि कीमत इसकी 2,70,000 के आसपास बता रहे हैं। नारायण सेवा संस्था के जरिए मेरी बच्ची को सुनने का मौका मिलेगा और उसका भविष्य सुधर जाएगा।
आप लोगों से निवेदन है, आप मेरी बहन की मदद कीजिए ताकि इसका इलाज हो सके।
Welcome back to Desh Bangla Live. We were speaking to Lord Rami Ranger. Thank you for remaining with us. We were talking before the break about the current scenario as Bangladesh is experiencing. Now, the atrocities that is happening, over 2,000 minorities have been attacked, not just the Hindus, but also the Christians, the Sufis, the Ahmadiyyas, the Ismailis, and women in general. Anyone who is Awami League supporters, the whole country seems to be a jail. Most of the radicals and the terrorists who are in jail has been released by Dr. Yunus by executive orders, and people have been charged with false cases. So if we take all these figures together, the majority of Bangladeshis are under threat. The journalists, just yesterday, journalists were just picked up. Over 200 journalists are in jail. So it's a misnomer to say that the attack is on the minorities. Actually, the attack is on the majority, putting all these people together. And the Bengali culture, the museums, anything to do with Mukti Juddho is being attacked, tarnished, burned down. Media houses have been burned down. So it's rather the handful of minorities, fanatics, attacking the majority Bangladeshis, irrespective of their religious persuasion, who believe in equality, who believe in the country belongs to all as equal citizens, irrespective of their religious persuasion, and certainly who believe in equality of women. So these minority fanatics seems to be at the helm of power under this Yunus government. How do you respond to that? It's not just minorities, it's not just Hindus, it's not just Christians, it's everyone else.
You know, it's very, very easy to control people with the help of religion, because you can justify the religion says that. Bengali culture is not 1600 years old. Bengalis have been there before any religion came about. Their history, their heritage, their culture is a very, very old, and you cannot eliminate that culture just by using any force, whether it's a religious force or any foreign power. So I like to say that you people have very rich culture. You have enriched the whole subcontinent. We remember how advanced you were in producing cotton and the best garments. You are the champion. So by bringing people just because they're religious people into your factory is not going to go far because they will be more interested in devoting their time to religion than to your productivity. So therefore, one has to use some common sense. The common sense says that we have a religion that is for my personal belief. I want to go to Cambridge, you want to go to Oxford. I can't fight with you. We all believe in God. You believe in your way, I believe in my way. And sometimes people hate people who worship idols, our idol. That I hate you because you pray idol. I tell these guys, idol is not telling them anything. Idol is not asking them to hate people or kill people or do this. Ideal is allowing you to connect with your maker as you deem fit. So for you to hate me because I worship idol is totally wrong. I can worship trees. People before religion came used to worship trees, water, fire, and you start hating me. Why you pray fire? Because these are important powers, you know, air, wind power. People will worship, even animals, even, plants. It's a good thing to do because you believe there's a life in everything. There's a life in animal, there's life in plants, there's life in power, which, earth, we pray ground. Whenever there's some building is created, Hindus will pray the land. So therefore, these are good things, but they don't hurt anybody. But for you to hate somebody because he's praying a tree, just shows how lack of knowledge that person has, how fanatic that person is, that he's become blind. If somebody is praying tree, we are now begging people to grow more trees because our air quality is getting deteriorated as we are cutting trees right, left, and center for our financial gain. Now we are growing more trees. So if we respect trees like a human being, if we respect animal like human being or plant like anyway, the world will be a much better place. And I also want to tell you, India has never ever gone out to conquer countries. Indians have never gone out to convert people. You if you remember, India could have held on to Bangladesh after victory. They didn't. They allowed the Bangladeshi people to have their own country. Similarly, when independence time, Kashmir was a totally independent country. But Pakistani soldier came, attacked with the Kabylis, the tribesmen, started looting, plundering, raping women, and then they come to India for help. So India said, we can only help you if you're part of us. We cannot we are not mercenary, sending forces as mercenary go. We are a respectable nation. We will only come if you're part of us. So the king, the Raja, Maharaja, emperor signed a treaty to accede Kashmir to India to save its people from the attack from the tribesmen. And then Kashmir is there. And Kashmir is part of secular, democratic country where equality for all is enshrined. But the only thing people of Kashmir can't do, they cannot use religion to devalue their fellow Kashmiris who happen to be Hindus who were the original inhabitants of Kashmir. So you can form a political party, you can elect a leader, you can run the state as you like, but what you can't use is religion to devalue women, devalue your fellow citizen based on their religion in the absence of merit. So it is the best thing. I study as a doctor, but I'm a wrong religion, so I'm an inferior man. I'm a reject of Pakistan. I was born in Pakistan, and I was, thrown out of Pakistan because of my religion. But look at me. In United Kingdom, I came where diversity is accepted, respected, and protected. There are laws against discrimination. That's the strength of a country. There are countries still discriminate against women. They are not going to progress at all because women are superior to men. They can bear children, they can bring up children, they can go to work, they can do everything man can do, but man can't bear children. So therefore, it is very, very important. No country can progress by keeping 50% or more population behind. With one hand, you cannot fight the battle with the other guy, because you are living in a global village. The people are not, countries are competing with each other. It doesn't matter what I want to do in the United Kingdom. What matters is what the Chinese or Japanese or German want to do, in their industry. So I have to compete with them. If I don't compete, I'm finished. Similarly, if you have a country where there are two income economy and you got one income and more children, you are finished. You will only end up as drivers or taxi drivers or menial jobs. You're not going to be a top engineer, top scientist, top mathematicians or businessmen. So therefore, do you want quantity or you want quality? And the quantity will try to dominate people of quality with the help of religion, nothing else.
Yes.
They will
You
not.
know, there's fanatics in every religion. However, in Bengal, Islam did not come through the sword. It came through Sufis and saints who brought the message of peace and equality and harmony, and people embraced it. Similarly, I would like to recall in the Medina Charter. The Medina Charter was a pact of the inhabitants of Medina who happened to be not just Muslims, but Jews, Christians, non-believers and idolaters, and Zoroastrians, and even atheists who didn't have a belief in any religion. So there was a common pact, and after the name Prophet Muhammad, Hazrat Ali wrote, Prophet of Allah. And Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, may peace be upon him, he took a pen and crossed it out. And he says, no, no, no. We're not signing this pact as a prophet of Allah. As a leader of the Muslim community, I'm signing it as co-equal with every other community. So this Medina Charter is non-discriminatory. It's a reflection of equality of all. And many jurists believe that perhaps this was the semblance of a first nascent constitutional document. So one could argue, and many jurists, Muslim jurists and non-Muslim jurists too, that Medina Charter is inherently secular. So therefore Islam is inherently secular. Now this whole element of political Islam, the radical Islam, founded in India with Maududi, the founder of Jamaat-e-Islam. And that seems to be riding high at the moment. And those who believe in the peaceful Islam and the secular Islam, by definition, they are not fanatics, so they don't make a lot of noise. But they happen to be the majority, which is the case in Bangladesh. And they don't necessarily make the headlines.
I agree with you. You cannot spread religion with sword. How many people can you convert with sword? People accept religion because they find something good. Islam brought equality to India where there was a caste system. So people had accepted Islam because it brought equality, it brought, brotherhood and everything. So they're a good thing. As a Sikh, we take teaching of Sufi Muslim in our holy book. We have teaching of their love for God, love for humanity, love for fellow citizens. So there is so many good things we have adopted. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but people,
Guru Nanak, of course, embraced a lot of values from Islam, and from time immemorial, India has been a place, even my ancestral home, I can remember where there's a burial ground, a church, a Muslim burial ground, and a Hindu shashan coexisting next to each other. So this has been a tapestry of different religions, but the value was the same, was harmony and accepting each other.
Islam could not spread if it didn't have such beautiful quality of love. They also even say you have to worry about next door neighbor. You cannot eat until you see your next door neighbor has been fed. So there are so many good quality, but unfortunately, fanatic do not use those good quality. They want to divide us and rule. So therefore, that's my focus is on the fanatic. For example, if I give you anything, sharp instrument, you can operate on somebody, as a doctor, you can operate and you can save the life or you can kill somebody. Similarly, these people use religion, like people, Brotherhood of whoever they are, they use
You mean the
religion.
Muslim Brotherhood?
Muslim brother, they use religion. Even the Middle East people, the Muslim countries are fed up with those guys. What is the purpose of killing innocent people who have done nothing wrong? Indiscriminately, you're killing people. Those people who, in mosque, in Shia mosque, died 50 people. What did they do wrong? They were praying in the name of Allah. They were in the holy place, a mosque, and somebody came and in the name of religion that we will not allow Shia. What different does it? They still believe in God. They still believe in Allah. They are always believe in Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So why are these people becoming judge and jury, that they will decide who is a good Muslim, who is a bad Muslim? It is up to Allah to decide. We are all answerable to our Allah. Allah will decide who has done the right, who has done the wrong. He will reward us accordingly. So therefore, I always say it is the will of Allah that there are so many different kind of nationality, color, religion, race, and people, because Allah wants to have so many different kind of people. He doesn't want to have one type of person, one type food, one type color, one clothes, one something. So it is the people who want to control you will use that religion as they deem fit. So I think we have to understand that our religion teaches us very good thing. It teaches us how to be spiritually right, but at the same time, we cannot hurt any human being by just in the name of our faith. Our faith does not teach us, Islam does not teach anybody you go and kill. They said if you kill an innocent person, you kill the whole mankind. So therefore, they don't believe in the good point of Islam, but they will just use it how to control people. So
Absolutely.
I hope
So,
one day the leader will tell them that we are all children of God, Allah,
absolutely.
the most.
So, Dr. Muhammad Yunus, when he went to America on soon after the overthrow of the last regime, and in the Clinton Institute, people were saying generally till that point that this was a spontaneous revolution, but he let the cat out of the bag. He said, no, 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 no. It was not spontaneous. It was meticulous planning, and he introduced the mastermind, whose name is Mahfouz Alam, who is known to be part of Hizb ut-Tahrir, who was part of his advisor, and now the new party that has been born, the NCP, there are links to it. So it seems that Dr. Yunus is riding on this extremist Islam, and Hizb ut-Tahrir is a banned organization even in the UK here, along with Jamaat-e-Islam. And of course, he released all the extremists and the terrorists who were convicted by court of law and languishing in jail, had released all of them. So now what has happened in Bangladesh, that you have a conglomeration of religious extremists, and Dr. Yunus is riding on their back, and the whole election that is about to take place, we hear that it may be engineered in a manner in order to bring these radicals who are against the birth of Bangladesh into power, to change the republican character and the democratic character of Bangladesh altogether, which is of course the concern of many, and that is the concern that you have also expressed.
One thing I must share with you, Prime Minister Modi is a very popular leader. You know how popular it is. Everywhere people respect him. But at home in India, there are so many people who would like to topple him. That's the nature of politics. They are not bothered that India is doing well. They are bothered if they are doing well. So similarly, Mr. Yunus exploited the weakness of people that who were not happy with Sheikh Hasina, let's rally them together. Let's find that you don't have this, you don't have that. Even though the economy was doing so well, the standing of Bangladesh was riding very high in the world, and people were investing in Bangladesh. Even the people from Pakistan were investing, the Indian were investing in Bangladesh. But again, one man's meat, other man's poison. It was a poison for those guys who wanted to have the power within their own hand. So even our country in India, there are lots of people who would like to see Prime Minister Modi defeated so that they get the power and then they can exploit, they can take advantage of it. So therefore, one has to be very careful that we do not want extremists to hijack a beautiful religion of Islam and start doing things. I always give example of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Such a beautiful sheikh and his vision. It's a Muslim country, but they allow everybody to live in harmony. As a result, the country has become so powerful, magnet for rich people to come to UAE because the country provides you freedom, provide you security, provide you facilities to develop your business, live with family, medicine, everything is there. So that is a vision. There's a proverb that we are all blessed with sight, but very few people have vision. And Sheikh of Dubai or UAE has shown the vision for the future world, how the future world should be. Can you imagine the Sheikh is even giving land to build mosques, gurdwaras, land to give to build a temple and churches. Diversity is a strength. United Kingdom is a small country. Everybody's here. Because of the diversity in this country, we are very, very strong country. Small country, just 70 million people, less than Bangladesh. Still, economy is number 3. So what I'm trying to say is, do not become weak by uh, eliminating diversity. Let people come. They are all Bengalis. They're all Bangladeshis. It doesn't matter what they eat, what they wear, as long as they bring benefit to Bangladesh, they are the best citizen. So therefore, I think we should make sure that the government of any kind does not let anybody misuse religion in any country because uh, the country's progress will stop. So I say that let's look at UAE. Yeah, it's a very big success story. People are thriving, economy is thriving, and everybody is giving blessing to the Sheikh for his vision.
Yes, with those words, we are absolutely running out of time. We've got to end. So, equality within diversity. So, just
100.
like we have a garden which will nurture the blossoming of so many flowers of different colors, different textures, different shapes, but yet it's a garden. It's a beautiful garden. So we can think about countries and particularly Bangladesh and the syncretic cultural values that Bangladesh has. That is the nurturing soil of the garden, which allows blossoming of different people, of different religion, different backgrounds, but with within that diversity, a colorful blossoming of Bengali Renaissance. This is what we hope and pray for. And with those words, thank you again, Lord Remy, for being with
May,
us.
may Allah bless the people of Bangladesh.
Absolutely. And thank you for
Welcome.
being in this show. And I hope we will have you back soon. Viewers, thank you for remaining with us. That's all tonight. Hope to see you soon again. Same time, same place.